let's rush this. Ghost ground. Go lurk. Is that a real? That's a real. That you are definitely ghost. You look more like rock than ground to me, but I'm not in a position to be picky. Ghost steel. Ghost fighting. Oh, we've gone through this like 20 times and I don't remember. Monotype ground. Diglett 1. Okay. Monotype steel. We do this every time. Steelix. Not monotype. We do it every time. We'll go Machop for monotype fighting. That's a given. Johto steel. Steelix. Johto fighting. Hitmon top. Oh, he's kind of crazy, man. He's kind of crazy. Monotype steel. Steel. Monotype steel. Reggie steel. Dude looks like the automatic laser pointer that plays with our cats while we're on vacation. Johto ground. Ghost steel, ghost fighting. Ghost fighting. This one's tough for me. Johto ground. Johto is region 2. Is that correct? Can I check chat? Is that correct? Gen 2, okay. Gen 2 ground. Kind of tough because most of the Pokemon I know from Gen 2 are birds or flying. Gotta be some kind of like weird worms or something. What about this guy? That's definitely a ground type. I don't know if he's from Gen 2. Johto ground. Ghost steel. There's like what about the, you know what guy I'm talking about? Is there definitely a ghost? Probably psychic, but maybe steel because tombs could be made out of metal. Worth a try. Okay, just to be honest with you, Fanfi, I know Fanfi, but I would never have known that it's ground or Gen 2, and I've never heard of Doublade or Annihilate. I have heard of Aegis/Shield, but that's tough to come to memory. Marshadow? I don't know if I know Marshadow either. The heck is Annihilate? But it looks so cool. Does it? I'm not trying to get the Pokemon community like riled up, but this is we got different tastes. I don't know, man. I just like I'm going through a personal crisis because like every mid-30s influencer I know that doesn't have kids is playing like Pocket TCG right now. And they're posting like their polls on Twitter, and it's like, wow, check out this sick card, and it's like a holographic Blastoise like mogging the camera, and I'm like, I kind of thought we were all on the same page that this was going to be like age 10 to maybe 22. But this is just going to be like the rest of our life, huh? Like, I'm not gonna trying to yuck your yum. I'm just now coming to terms with the fact that this is forever. Like, we're now the boomers, and I mean that as a pejorative. You know, there can't just be like 2 Ghostbusters movie. They have to make like a new Ghostbusters movie every 5 years forever. And then like Back to the Future musical, Back to the Future video game. Hey, we're remaking Ferris Bueller's Day Off with Timothée Chalamet in the title role. Hey, we're remaking How to Train Your Dragon. It's been like 9 years since the original came out. But we're starting early. Like, I feel like the boomers started when they were like in their 40s or 50s. And we're starting here like late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s. We're just going to run it back for like 60 years or something like that. That's crazy. Well, that's fine. Waiter. More slop, please. Just put the cards in the bag. That's pretty true. I think this is Beetlejuice, bro. Speaking of never letting the 90s go away. Is this not Beetlejuice? This looks so Beetlejuice-esque. Or maybe is Poltergeist? That's not Poltergeist, bro. That's Donnie Darko. That's a given. So this is going to be him with the bunny. Yeah, okay. And then maybe Jake Gyllenhaal holding the axe that he used to break the water pipe. Imagine, though. Imagine. It's kind of crazy that, like, movies used to look like this. I mean, this is a compliment. Circa, like, this came out in 2003 or something. Look at that subtle modeling of the film grain, man. Like, this does not look like 2001. Okay. We need to go back, man. That's my high school? Are you okay? There's a lot of messed up stuff that happened there. He broke the water main and flooded the school. People were doubting other people's commitment to Sparkle Motion. Since 2010, what team has won the least total regular season games in the NFL from the AFC? My prediction would be that this is the Cleveland Browns. It not being the Browns. Oh, the Jets also makes sense. You're not wrong. I was thinking Jags too, but didn't they have like one good season? No, they had 2 good seasons, man. Like 5 years ago and last year. The Browns had a good season too? Yeah, but in the when did they go like 0-17 or whatever? Former All-Star third baseman Matt Williams won Manager of the Year in his first year with this National League team in 2014, but was fired the next year. I have no idea. Maybe he was the man. No, because they would have still had Albert Pujols. They probably would have still been competing. Maybe the Padres. No, not the Padres. From 1996 to 1998, this Flyers left wing is considered the first. Yeah. Just put the John LeClair in the bag, bro. Come on. Easiest question of all time. An Olympic gold medalist and 2x champion with the Knicks. This man was a New Jersey senator from 1979 to 1997. I have absolutely no clue. Calling this a history question is pissing me off. Moses Malone? That's Ben Stiller? I know that's a crazy poll, but I'm 100% confident that that's Ben Stiller. And I think you are Julia Louis-Dreyfus. I think you're Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Oh! But 100%, that is also John Slattery. Am I wrong? Don Draper's co-worker from Mad Men and Tony Stark's dad from Endgame. That's John Slattery, man. With its breakfast menu already featuring the Honey Buddy chicken biscuit and the maple bacon chicken croissant, this fast food chain added the Cinnabon pull-apart in 2024. The Honey Buddy chicken biscuit and the maple bacon chicken croissant. I think croissant for breakfast. I think Burger King. Stings. Teenager who protects his town from ghost attacks after an accident led him to becoming a half-human, half-ghost hybrid. Are you Ben 10? Are you Ben 10? You're not Ben 10? It's Danny Phantom. That makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense than Ben 10. He doesn't know? Bro, I was watching grown-up movies like Spider-Man 2 back then. Taron Egerton was in the movie Rocket Man. He thinks it's going to be a long, long time. This legendary Canadian rock band, it's Rush, dude. NHL 10%. You're not fucking with John LeClair. He was part of the Legion of Doom, you piece. That's not YYZ. That's Tom Sawyer, bro. It's funny because, like, on the ride today, I was thinking about Like, it sounds insane, but I'm being straight up with you. I was listening to Rush, and I was thinking about like how people might make fun of you for knowing the name of the guy who plays guitar in Rush. But I was thinking like, why would I not know the name of Alex Lifeson when like you know the name of the fucking saints or whatever, or the fucking apostles, and we don't even know if those guys were real. Alex Lifeson means more to me than fucking Paul of Tarsus or whatever. He hasn't done shit for me, man. Alex Lifeson played the hook on Spirit of Radio. Peter, Paul, and Mary could never do that shit, even with 6 hands. He couldn't do it, man. Fraudulent apostles is what I'm trying to say. Invisible airways do crackle with life. I don't really know what he says after that. It's like, lights with the energy. Is Rush the best Canadian band? They're up there, man. They're certainly up there. It's hard to come up. Not Nickelback. Stop with that. Sum 41? Dude, I was freaking out watching Dead Blossom Jesse play Mario Party last night. He said the first CD they ever bought with their own money was Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. I was like, I'm fucking old, dude. That shit came out when I was on vacation with my wife. I was like, I was like 26 or something. Like, I thought I was watching my peers play some Mario Party. I was like, damn, I didn't realize the first CD I bought was not in 2013 or whatever. That shit was in like 1995. That's crazy, man. First CD you bought? I bought a Discman and a Tim McGraw CD on the same day. I don't know if that's the first one I ever bought with my own money, though. Definitely, I'm trying to think of what I had. Like I had Garth Brooks In Pieces on CD because I was a huge fan of the song Standing Outside the Fire. That might be from like 1993 or 1994, man. Anyway, sorry, I gotta do connections. Park Life by Blur. Is that really your first album, or are you just being like based? Is that like, maybe it's like your 7th CD, but you're cutting out like the first 6 where you bought like Kids Bop and stuff? I bought Dookie and thought it sucked. That's like the inverse, right? Is your first CD is either something totally garbage that you thought was amazing, or something amazing that you thought was garbage. Like maybe you bought like Good News for People Who Like Bad News because you love Float On, and you're like, I'm not fucking with the rest of this shit. Not that that album's their best, but you get the idea. I did have a Now That's What They Call Music too. Track 1 though, New Radicals, You Get What You Give. Trying to think of what else was on it. Sweetest Thing by U2. Anyway, we gotta do this, man. Okay. Bark, howl, snarl, and bay. These are things that like a werewolf does. Sound like a dog? And you sound like a dog when you snog. Pyramid. Pyramid. Stir, garnish, muddle, strain. These are things you do to a cocktail. Cocktail making verbs. These are like fences or something. When ladder things with branches, things with jet stream, jet run, outrun. Airplay, chain play, tree play, pyramid. We're gonna get here. Like pyramid ladder, these are like things you climb. I guess you could climb a chain. Organizational structures metaphorically. Yeah, things you climb, man. Organizational Hierarchies, of course. I also guess things you climb. I don't want to make light of this, but was it like part of the collective bargaining that they have to make connections like 35% easier in order to appeal to the Gen Pop? Because I feel like in the last 2 days, I'm not going to say they've been trivial, but a little less insane than the average. But it could just be a very small sample size. I could be smarter now because I was on vacation. That's true. No, the Mentat is doing 60 minutes of Zone 2 exercise a day and, and getting 7.5 hours of sleep every night. No! I'll play without an account while I can. With 8 across, knock knock joke response before the punchline don't cry. So I'm going to say this is boo hoo. Group of musical notes. Washing machine cycle before spin. That's rinse. Egos are waffles. Boo hoo. A bongo. Words of approximation. Or so. Poems written in tribute. Odes. Specification for t-shirts or socks. This is crew, dude. Boo woo. Boo hoo. Stoned. High. Okay. A chord, of course. Oh, because it's boo hoo. I get it. Yes, boo hoo. Very clever. 45 is okay. The crossword time. That is. When was the last time you ate a Pop-Tart, man? Never? There were a few years where I ate a Pop-Tart for breakfast. Like in middle school, I ate a Pop-Tart for breakfast every day. Cold. Like didn't even heat it up. Preferred it cold. They were always the frosted strawberry ones. Although like apple cinnamon popped off for a little while when I was a kid. But I don't know. It's just like between that and all the Nutri-Grain bars I was eating, the strawberry was definitely better. Overall, wait, how many are these? There's 36 of these. I bet they're 30 cents a pop. Holy cow, that's maybe RFK's onto something, man. $6.99? That's crazy. This is how you know economies of scale are real, man. Because, like, what would it cost me to make one Pop-Tart? It would probably cost me, like, I mean, at least $3 or $4. I don't even know what the bottom is made of, to be honest with you. It's kind of like a Lunchables pizza crust. Cardboard? It tastes like cardboard, don't get me wrong. Vegetable oil and flour. Pop-Tart, I mean, I get where Corey was coming from on this one, by the way, because Corey was talking about it's crazy the things that North Americans feed their kids for breakfast, but he was literally like, I felt like he was taking a shot at Honey Nut Cheerios, which is crazy to me. Like, live a little, you know? Now, Pop-Tarts, he should have directed his ire towards Pop-Tarts, in my opinion, because that's 100%. Like, you should not be feeding that to a child. If you're an adult and you want to make an informed decision to eat Pop-Tarts, that's fine. He eats cereal to fart more. I don't want to contribute to Corey's idea that I have like a vendetta against him. It was kind of insane to me that he said that in middle school he and his friend used to eat bran flakes so they could go to school and fart. it's actually like prank day at the seniors home or something like that. Like that's crazy. I ate cereal for breakfast like every day of my life, basically, until I was 23. And I never was like, wow, I'm really ripping them extra today. Figured it was just the Nature Valley granola bars. China? Not China, guys. How about Indonesia? The wrong direction. It stings. How about Pakistan? One further. How about Iran? 900 kilometers from Iran. How about Oman? Where am I typing Oman? Where am I typing Oman into? Oman is cooler. How about Turkey? Which doesn't make sense because it's adjacent. How about North Macedonia? How about Ukraine? How about Turkey? Fuck, dude. How about Syria? Syria is adjacent. How about Jordan? How about Palestine? How about Israel? We got there. Took me a minute. Well, moving on. Don't blame the map, guys. Don't blame Globle is they plugged the seed in 9 years ago, okay? He don't got internet anymore. The person who made it now lives on a beach somewhere in Ibiza. No ads on this video. This is why I tell you that you have to like log off the Twitch sometimes. Like when you watch a lot of streams, you know, and I don't mean this in a negative way to the VTuber audience. I just need to draw a comparison, and that's the obvious one for me. We got grown adults that are when the VTuber is like singing a song, they're like typing the lyrics in chat, even though they have like their telomeres are shortening, right? Now, I would never find myself, I think, doing that, but that's so much better than being like a Twitch viewer with no connection to the industry, watching stuff about the Twitch adpocalypse. It doesn't concern you, little bro. It's like getting you're addicted to gambling, and now you're talking about like, oh, there might be a strike in the NBA next year because they want to guarantee like the pension kicks in at age 47 instead of age 49. It's like, bro, you're not hooping. Why is it relevant to you? And then you bring that shit into like other chats where we're just having fun. Like, what do you? I want more for you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I want more. I want you to find something that allows you to generate some pleasure, like intrinsically, that you can pursue instead of just flitting from streamer controversy to streamer controversy. Like, I get why the streamers are into it because it's their lives. Like, everybody's into their own life to some extent. But like, for you, man, for you should want more for yourself. I just got an ad. All right, then we're good. This is Somalia, man. Huh? This is Ethiopia? I'm insane. Somalia is the horn? Dude, I thought this was the horn. Is this not the horn? I've seen Black Hawk Down. Look at a map. No, I was gonna say I'm neurotypical, but that's both like rude and not true. But like the time for me to look at a map would have been in like 1996, okay? Nowadays, I don't have the kind of neuroplasticity to just like look at a map for an hour and then like have it be in my brain forever. But like, yeah, when I was like 8 or 9, absolutely. July 19th, 1996. 1996. This feels like an Air Force One. Will Smith. Okay, it feels like an Independence Day. I should have just typed it, man. It's the right era. Touchstone Pictures minus 37%, 61 million, starring John Travolta from 1996. It's a science fiction drama romance. This movie is called Phenomenon. If I could change. You don't hear about this movie that much anymore, but in 1996 it was popping off a little bit. I will be the sunlight in your universe. It's not Michael McDonald that sings that. It is it's Eric Clapton, but you would think my love was really something good, baby, if I could. Yeah, I saw that on cable. 26 million week 2, Denzel Washington. 1996, Denzel Washington. This movie is called, I know this, it's called Shine. Oh, drama, thriller, mystery, war. Yeah. I know. Tears, not Tears of the Sun, Tears of a Medal for Honor, a Search for Justice, a Battle for Truth. I'm not sure I know this, guys. Denzel Washington, Meg Ryan. I'm going to know it when I see the title. A friendly fire mistake that has been covered up have been reassigned to a desk job. He's tasked to investigate a female chopper commander's worthiness to be awarded the Medal of Honor. Courage Under Fire. Courage Under Fire. Yeah, I didn't see that one when I was 8. But, I mean, I'm sure it's fine. Maybe it's good. Maybe it's good. Eddie Murphy, 1996, Universal. That's got to be Nutty Professor 1. There's no other, except No Substitute. Now that I did see many times. Did somebody sing my name? Yeah, I said your name. If your name is... Man, the prequel to The Substance. True, man. True. Michael J. Fox, 1996. This movie is called The Frighteners. 55th percentile. I kind of thought we were crushing it today, but I guess getting a 0 kind of slows you down. It's insane trying to explain the Nutty Professor to people. Bro, it's actually easy, okay? Sherman Klump is a brilliant scientist who just happens to be a little portly, and he works at a lab that invents... I can't remember if in the first movie it's weight loss. The first movie is weight loss, right? He basically invents Ozempic. But then when he takes it, because he's desperate to... who was it? Was it Vivica Fox or Tandy Newton in the first movie? When he takes it, he loses... Well, it doesn't really lose the weight, but it creates an alter ego called Buddy Love, which is just Eddie Murphy out of the fat suit. And then Buddy Love basically represents Sherman Klump's id. It's like everything he's not, you know? He's assertive and he's full of machismo, but he's also crass and he's insensitive and selfish. And it's this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde push and pull that leads to, I mean, it's quite a caper. It's quite a caper to the extent I think they made 2 more. Now explain Shallow Hal. Jack Black, despite being fat, is very superficial and will only date skinny women. He gets on an elevator with self-proclaimed expert in self-help, Tony Robbins, who hypnotizes him to no longer see someone's outer beauty, but instead to only see their inner beauty. And then he falls in love with Gwyneth Paltrow, played by Gwyneth Paltrow. And all of his friends are like, "What, bro? Are you sure? Are you sure? What are you doing, man? What are you doing?" And he's like, "What the fuck, dude? She's smoking hot." But then the hypnosis breaks and he sees what she actually looks like. And at first he goes like, "Ew," which he should not have done. But then he comes to realize that actually someone's inner beauty is actually like what matters. So after like half an hour of being like an absolutely horrible person, he does like the bare minimum level to return to like a baseline of only being like pretty shitty instead of like really, really shitty. And that's true. George Costanza does have a tail. He has a tail in the movie. But that's kind of a spoiler. Now, dude, you wanna, man? I would never. But it's about a guy who gets kicked out of the NBA for being too much of a bad boy. So he goes undercover in the WNBA. And I have to say something. Don't shoot the messenger. It's a fiction movie, but he fucking runs the table. Like, he's dominating. But it's prickly for him because he falls in love with one of his teammates, played by Vivica A. Fox. And he's trying to, like, court her as Juana Man, like his female alter ego. But it's hard because obviously, like, in the real world, if he was like, by the way, I'm only pretending to be a woman, she would be like, what the fuck? And would like kill him or something. But at the end, I do think they fall in love and he apologizes or whatever. Yeah, I saw all those for sure. I was fucking with, I wasn't fucking with Shallow Hal, even age 13. I was like, at age 13, I'm not going to lie to you. I wasn't like, whoa, this movie's problematic. I was like a little kid. I was like, this just isn't as funny as Dumb and Dumber. Juana Man, I think just as a kid, I was like, this is just not good. It's just not a good movie. What was the first one we talked about? Nutty Professor? I was fucking with the Nutty Professor and the Klumps, 100%. 100% I was fucking with Nutty Professor. Sherman Klump, Buddy Love. The song that Janet Jackson made for the second one, Hercules, Hercules. Anyway, sorry. Well, I've burned a lot of time on that. No one can explain Pluto Nash. That's inimitable. Maleficent to Dog. I mean, I know Maleficent is a real movie, but they pick one fake movie every day, man. Like, what is Dog? I like Channing Tatum, but I'm like, what is Dog, man? Okay, Channing Tatum. We can get there. We can get there easily. I've got it. Oh, but has Elle Fanning ever been in some shit with Dakota Fanning, bro? Fuck you. I can get there. I can get there. It's actually easy to get there. It's easier to get there than to not get there. Imelda Staunton? Vera Grace is in this shit, man? Warwick Davis? Jesse Eisenberg? What am I doing here? Where am I? Okay, I'm not going Warwick Davis, man. Why am I still scrolling? You should not be scrolling any further. This is literally like her yearbook photo, man. Who the hell is in this movie? I'm still scrolling. They got the whole population of the fucking Earth in this shit, man. How many people does it take to make like a 3 out of 10? This is crazy. Chat, how do I know Ed Skrein? I know this guy. He's from Deadpool? He's from Deadpool 1. He's a bad guy from Deadpool 1. Okay. Yeah. That sounds right. I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Here's the play, okay? Channing Tatum is in Kingsman 2, which has Julianne Moore, and she's in Magnolia, which has Tom Cruise in it. who is in fucking War of the Worlds with Dakota Fanning, your sister, but she might not be in this one. Now I gotta find a connection to fucking Harris Dickinson. Wow, hey, think about it for a second. Think about it. I've got it. Chiwetel Ejiofor, Leonardo DiCaprio, The Departed, Matt Damon, Ocean's 11, Don't Shoot the Messenger. I lost it. I lost it, man. I lost it. This is not Nicole Kidman. Are you kidding me? Imelda Staunton to Vera Drake to Eddie, the fucking Leslie Manville. She's in everything, bro. Jim Broadbent, Hot Fuzz. Oh, this is easy now. Simon Pegg, Run Fat Boy Run. Speaking of the mid-2000s. Hank Azaria, Heat. I have to go Val Kilmer, Top Gun, Maverick, Tom Cruise, Magnolia, Julianne Moore, Kingsman, The Golden Circle, Channing Tatum, Dog, time, 4 minutes, 17 seconds. Oh, I forgot Ninja was in The Dark Knight Rises, man. Fuck! I forgot about that. Wait, what? Yeah, man, Ronnie Jean Blevins. You never heard of him? You know what? We got to speed this up. We only got 18 minutes left, I would say. Let's skip straight to the good stuff, okay? You ready? Puckdoku. Vancouver Canucks in the Hall of Fame. I hate to tell you, it's not Alexander McGillney, unfortunately, but Roberto Luongo got in. Give me Eric Brandstrom from the Ottawa Senators, and then Canucks and Kings. I mean, there's a lot of. You know what? Let's put some respect on Alex Edler. Of course, 16%, but I'll take that. New Jersey in the Kings, who cares? New Jersey in the Senators, who cares? New Jersey in the Hall of Fame. Patrick Elias should be in there. He's not. What the fuck? He's got 1,000 points. Jay, are you here? Is this right? Patrick Elias is not in the fucking Hall of Fame? Not yet? Well, he retired like 9 years ago, man. Not yet. Of course I can think of Martin Brodeur, okay? Scott Stevens. There's a ton, but like, what the fuck? Sergei Fedorov isn't in the Hall of Fame? Is that true? He's one of the best two-way forwards of all time. You fucking liar. You shit eater. He's clearly in the Hall of Fame. How could he not be, dude? The dude was winning like Art Ross trophies and Selkies in the same year. It's unheard of. All right, anyway, that's enough of that. Jaromir Jagr isn't in the Hall. Shut the fuck up. They've got like a wing named after him. Okay, we got to get me out of. I'm not even doing the movie dolls. We really got to move on to the AAA stuff that people are here for.
Functionary, a noun meaning one who serves. Capture, a noun meaning an.
No problem.
Stack, a noun meaning a.
Really put the fucking stack.
Peanut, a noun meaning
Oh, we don't get political on this stream. We want to keep ads, okay?
gummy, an adjective meaning viscous, sticky.
Yummy.
Convocation, a noun meaning
The convocation song, as we call it in Canada.
platinum, a noun meaning a precious. Criteria, a noun meaning
This is a joke.
pliant, an adjective meaning
Come on, man.
Tabasco, a trademark meaning
Are you serious? This is the medium Tabasco?
kugel, a noun meaning a baked pudding, as of potatoes or noodles.
I buy that. I buy Kugel any day of the week.
Milieu, a noun meaning the physical or social setting in which something.
Oh, you didn't think I had milieu locked up, did you? You didn't think I had milieu locked up. Bienvenue d'abord d'Air Canada. Pour votre confort et sécurité, etc., etc.
Clematis, a noun meaning any of a genus, clematis, of vines or herbs of the buttercup family, often having 3 leaflets on each leaf and usually white, red.
I don't know what else I could have done on that one. Clematis.
Commodore, a noun meaning a paillard, a noun meaning a piece of beef or veal usually pounded, thin and grilled. Paillard derives from the French restaurateur.
Oh, I thought that was it, man. I thought that was it. Pay. One too many eyes. Come on, Clematis. That was good, though. I thought we demonstrated that we're not as stupid as many people think I am when it comes to spelling specifically. This is Yubu Chobop, bro. I don't know. Spam, not really. Oh, no, this is not Yubu Chobop, but it's some kind of, it's a South Korean pseudo sushi. Jomokbop. Okay. Hey, do you know this one? Is Yubu Chobop hold the Yubu? This is like a sandwich. Sweet egg dough bread, roast pork. This is a Cuban sandwich, bro. Also known as a medianoche. Soup. Beef, rice, walnuts. Slightly sour plum sauce. Fresh herbs and bread. I mean, it looks Southeast Asian. Cold. It looks South Asian. Carcho. Carcho. The hills of Afghanistan. The hills of... The hills of Hungary? The hills of Russia? Georgia. Oh, no, no, no. We lost to the average, man. You know what I was thinking? So Kate was watching this documentary on Netflix about that plane that crashed a few years ago in Colombia, and 4 kids from a family lived through the plane crash and survived in the jungle for 40 days without contact, and then were rescued after everybody gave up all hope. You know, it's tragic, but also very inspiring. But when she was watching it, they show like the rescue workers, because they'd like exhausted all scientific possibilities for finding the kids. So they switched to like a spiritual method, right? So they were drinking like tea derived from the coca leaf and doing like ayahuasca rituals and stuff like that. You know what got me thinking? It got me thinking about the fact that like when we see people doing like ayahuasca, we're like what is sacred cultural ritual? I'm not saying that I would do it, because it seems like after you do it, you throw up and then like turn into a jaguar or something in your head. Why are we so dismissive, though, of our North American cultural traditions that are similar? Like, why are we so derogatory about the period in a young man's life where he sits in a circle on a deck of like folding chairs with his boys and drinks like 30 Bud Lights? It's not exactly the same, but it's not that different. But we have to be like, oh, that was like a bad time in my life where I regret everything. We had a lot of great conversations, man. We learned a lot about each other. We learned a lot about ourselves, okay? I'm taking it back. That's a necessary rite of passage. True, plus you do like throw up for a day afterwards. Really, Bud Light? No, Bud Light was expensive. We drank mostly McClay's and James Ready 5.5. Okay, we got time for Thrice, for sure. What organ contains the corpus callosum? That's your brain, dude. A basic instinct bondage scene features Sharon Stone using a scarf from what fashion house? I have no idea. House of Gucci. Grace Kelly popularized a bag. Gave the namesake to a bag. This is Hermes. The Kelly bag is a famous Hermes bag. Nice try. They think I don't know haute couture. Except as a punishment for crime appears in the text of what U.S. amendment? The one that's like, you can't have slaves anymore, right? I don't know what number it is. I don't live in the United States of America, but the 16th Amendment? What have I told you Ava DuVernay used it? Yeah, I know she used it for a documentary. I haven't seen it. I'm not American. So the First Amendment is free speech. The second is right to bear arms. The third is if the British come to your house, you don't have to feed them, right? You could tell them to like fuck off. That's the third one. I don't know what the other ones, I don't know any of the other ones, man. I don't know I know the fifth. It's not the fifth. Seventh Amendment. And it was meant, I'm not American, man. I'm not American. I don't know what amendment it is, dude. I don't know the number. The 11th Amendment? I thought maybe they would throw in one that's like Friday the blank or something like that, but all three of the questions were exactly the same. That's crazy, man. Celebrity chef Marcus Samuelsson hails from what African nation? It's not Sweden, huh? Ghana. The yummy stew Dora Wat comes from what East African country where Orthodox parishioners go vegan 2 days a week? Ethiopia? All right. Thank you, Crusader Kings. Mekhi Phifer did 3 weeks of basketball to prepare for his role in what Shakespeare adaptation? Oh. I don't know what number amendment that the slavery one is, okay? But I do know that Mekhi Phifer played basketball in, the basketball adaptation of Shakespeare's Othello, okay? I'm stopping myself short of saying that Canada didn't need to make an amendment for it because we did all sorts of fucked up stuff as well and are still doing it to this day, okay? But they will not divide us. He will not divide us. But that's my initial reaction is to lash out at people who are saying you have a gap in your knowledge in this specific area. It's hurt people, okay? You guys are the reason for the Geneva Convention? That's not me. That's like my great granddad or something, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, if Kaiser fucking Wilhelm II didn't start shit, he would have been back home watching Les Habitants play on RDS. Sur le bout, okay? But He was all worried about encirclement or whatever, and then you got the Franz Ferdinand and the fucking Gavrilo Principe, like, will they or won't they meet cute that's going on, and then next thing you know, Uncle Louis over there in Ypres, and I don't know what the fuck he did, because I was like negative 70 years old back then, okay? Don't put that shit on me. I didn't do anything. Eat, pray, love. Oh, read a book. Sort these people in order of their height. Okay. Taylor Swift, pretty tall. Morgan Freeman, pretty tall. Joe Biden, strangely like a giant. Bruno Mars, very short. Lionel Messi, semi-short. Margot Robbie, tall. But tall? Or tall for a lady tall? I think she's pretty tall. I'm going to hold it right there. I'm going to hot swap these two. Look at that. Joe Biden is 6 foot tall. I thought that motherfucker was like 6'7". I thought he was like super tall. Why? I don't know. Doesn't he look tall? Like, he looks tall to me, man. Oh, I am thinking of the Jimmy Carter picture, man, where Jimmy Carter looks like he's like a doll in the chair, yeah, and Joe Biden is like in the lunge pose. Yeah. Okay, that might have like imprinted on my brain that Joe Biden is like 6'7" tall. That's fair. Skibbity Biden. Is Costco still selling almond flour? I don't want to go all the way out there. I haven't been to Costco ever since I saw the video of the two old Chinese ladies fighting in the parking lot. We've been using the online shopping to get protein bars and like liquid IV and cashews delivered. Yeah, I'm scared. I don't want to catch those hands. I was telling Chibley, I don't mean this, you could take this out of context in a lot of ways, but Chibley was saying like he'll never do like a celebrity boxing match because he doesn't think he could take a punch. And I was telling him, you could take a punch, man. Because like, I've told the story before. My sparring partner in boxing class was like 68 years old, and she gets her rights and her lefts confused. So sometimes the coach would call for a right, and she would just hit me with a left, even though like I got the focus mid up for her to hit me like right to right. So one time the coach called something, and she caught me like right on the jaw with a hook of the opposite hand, and it knocked my glasses off. I'll admit. But it was also when I realized, I was like, damn, age does a number on you. Because apart from like my glasses like flying off of my head, I felt like nothing. It didn't even ring my bell in the slightest. And I had no block up whatsoever, and she caught me with like what I assume was her full force. It was like the first time in my entire life I've ever felt strong, man. Because she fucking hit me with a freebie, basically. Now, she's 60, mid 60s years old. I'm just telling you, like, I think there's a chance Chibley could beat Tyson. No, dude, I don't underestimate old man strength. Did you see the fight though? Dude was like dream punching. It was rigged. I mean, I think it was rigged because he's fighting a 58-year-old man, dude. Like, I don't think, maybe this sounds like nothing ever happens, but I'm like, I don't think it had to be rigged. It was like rigged in advance by like their birth certificates, right? I bet $10 on Paul by KO. Dude, that would have been so sad if he knocked him the fuck out. That would have been like... That would have been... Nobody wants to see that, man. I mean, nobody wanted to see it go down the way it went down to begin with, but it could have been worse at least. All right, we should move on to the next segment.